connecting to it. I'm going to open up a more complex example that really kind of shows you the power of why you'd want to use geometry to flow objects around as a field as opposed to use sort of this surface flow or curve flow. So here I've got three different pieces of geometry. I've got a mesh, a curve, and a NURB surface. And as these particles are born, they're influenced by this mesh, and that sort of shoots them along. They get influenced by the curve, so now they're being affected by curve forces, and they drift off, and now they're being affected by this NURB surface. So we have three different surfaces affecting these particles based on their proximity to them. One of the key things that makes this work is that for things like the curve and the helix over here, the attraction is mapped with a ramp. So basically what would end up happening is if you didn't have, if you had a constant attraction around the whole surface, as the particles shot off the end, they'd then be attracted to come back to that end point. So in this case, we want the particles to be attracted to this end so that it pulls them into the field and then spits them out at the other end. So with this ramp, basically that's what it's saying that it's doing is, over here the U parameter is 0, so it's black, which means no attraction. Down here it's white, which means full attraction. So they pulled in. Now if I for example take this guy and let's take a look at the flow field for this surface. And here's sort of where the previewing samples is nice. So you can see these particles are being a little bit attracted over here, but they're mainly being attracted down on this field on the bottom. And then as they get sent along, suddenly they become more attracted to the ones at the top, and it sort of just continues that momentum and spins them around. And then of course, if you wanted to change your effect, you could just move where these pieces of objects are, and you get completely different effects. So as those objects move in and out of your scene, or keyframed, deforming, whatever it is, you'll constantly get new effects, and you really get a lot of power when you start layering up multiple fields on top of each other.